Machiavelli once said that anger is the most dangerous emotion because it reveals your weakness faster than any enemy could. He understood that the moment a person can make you angry, they own a piece of your mind. Power is never about strength. It is about control, and anger destroys control instantly. When you get angry, you hand the keys of your composure to someone else. That is why Machiavelli trained himself to never get angry, no matter the insult, no matter the betrayal. He knew that calmness is not kindness, it is strategy. When the world expects you to explode, your silence becomes unsettling, and that silence makes people afraid of what you might be thinking. Imagine walking through a room where everyone argues, shouts, and reacts. The one who stays quiet, observing, thinking, becomes the most dangerous person there. Machiavelli became that man. He studied people until he understood that anger is predictable. The rulers who shouted lost their power, and the calm ones ruled longer. Every time someone tried to provoke him, he would pause, breathe, and let their words pass through him like smoke. He trained himself to respond only when it served a purpose. His trick was ruthless because it turned emotion into calculation. When others raged, he planned. When others shouted, he smiled. His enemies never knew whether they had hurt him or fed his next move. You must understand that the human mind wants release. Anger feels powerful for a moment, but that moment always ends in regret or exposure. Machiavelli replaced that moment with observation. He would think, "What does this person want me to feel?" The answer was always control. Once he saw that, he refused to give it. He believed that the one who controls his reaction can control any situation. To never get angry is not to be cold. It is to be free. Because when you are calm, you can choose your next step with precision, and that precision is what creates power. If you want to master this, start by noticing when your heart starts to race. That is your enemy taking the first step inside your mind. Do not fight it with shouting. Fight it with awareness. Breathe deeply, slow your thoughts, and let the other person drown in their own emotion. People expect resistance. They do not know how to handle silence. Silence forces them to question themselves. Machiavelli used silence like a blade. He let others cut themselves with their own anger while he remained untouchable. In time, you will see that anger never helps you win. It only shows where you can be manipulated. The world respects control, not reaction. Those who can stay calm in chaos will always rise above those who scream for order. That was Machiavelli's ruthless trick. He never let anyone see his emotions because emotions are maps that guide others to your weakness. He turned every insult into information, every argument into a test. And while others lost energy fighting, he gained it by observing. That is why he remained powerful even among enemies. When you train yourself this way, you start to see how predictable the world is. People insult to provoke, betray to dominate, lie to confuse. But none of it matters when you don't respond with anger. They lose their weapon the moment you refuse to react. And in that moment, the balance of power shifts. They thought they could control you, but now they are confused by your calm. They wonder what you are planning, what you are feeling. Their imagination punishes them more than your words ever could. That is the essence of Machiavelli's method. Let others burn in the fire they started while you stay cool enough to walk through the smoke. Machiavelli believed that anger is a trap designed by your enemies. They don't want to defeat your strength. They want to disturb your balance. When you lose your balance, you lose your wisdom. He often said that no one can control a calm mind, but everyone can manipulate an angry one. That's why he trained himself to observe insult as if it were a performance, meaningless words spoken by emotional actors. He didn't take offense. He took notes.